Hey trappers, Dale Billingsley here, Billingsley Brand Lures. So guys, what I want to talk to y'all about today is dig outs, pull outs, and misses when we're setting traps for predators. What the difference is, what you can do to try to combat the problem. There's no way to absolutely eliminate it completely altogether. We all miss, we all have pull outs, we all have dig outs. Sometimes you don't know why. There's no rhyme or reason to it. It just is what it is. Sometimes you'll get a coyote that'll drift in, or even a red fox that will drift in from somebody else that you didn't even know was trapping in the same area. Might be 3, 4, 5 miles from you. Happen to pinch one, or didn't get a trap bedded properly, and the coyote come through, or the red fox, or even the gray fox come through, dug it out. Now he's drifted over into your area, and now you have to contend with him. It happens, okay? There's no way around it. You're not ever going to completely eliminate it, but there are things that we can do to try to keep it down to a dull roar instead of a banshee scream. So let me get things flipped around here, get the camera set up, and I'll show you some things that maybe could help you just a little bit. Stay with me, guys. All right, guys, so as a lot of you already know, the step down trench style dirt hole set is my absolute all-time favorite set when I can use it in the right applications. This set will help combat the dig out problems. Okay, and the reason it helps combat it, number one, we are back a long way from that dirt hole. We're 18 to 20 inches back, pan center from the edge of that dirt hole. That's a long way back. Okay, number two, that trap sits way down in here low, way down in there in the bowl. Man, that's hard for a coyote to get a toenail hung in there to flip that thing out. Same way the red fox, he can't hardly do it. And then the other biggest thing is it's so easy to bed these traps when you're doing this. All you have to do is make sure, yeah, you've got to pack that trap. You know, there's 1,000 videos out there about how to bed a trap. That's the biggest thing that everybody always concentrates. Hey, you got to have that trap bedded solid, and they're right. That's fact. But there's a lot of times they don't actually show you how to bed a trap. They just tell you got to have a trap bedded solid. That's all they do. The thing of it is, when you pack that dirt in around that trap, that's what solids it up. Now, I see a lot of guys just, can't get the trap bedded solid. It's just throw more dirt over it. Ain't going to work, guys. Ain't going to work at all. And then you see this business, okay? Once they get the trap in there, you see them just barely touching it. Guys, you got to stop and remember, a coyote will weigh, 30, 35 pounds on the average, 25 pounds anyway. Push on the trap, and if you see it rocking like it just did, that trap ain't solid, and it's got to be bedded a little better than that. So pack that trap in there. Get that rock out of there. Pack that trap. Now when that coyote comes in there and tromps all over it, or that red fox is dancing on it, now you know it's not going to move. Now, a lot of times, it's not a fox, it's not a coyote that done the digging. A lot of times it's a coon. Now, you can kind of tell the difference because coon will scour it, okay? They'll just uncover it a lot of times. Sometimes red fox will do that. Sometimes the gray will do it. Sometimes coyote will do it. They'll come in there and they'll scratch at the surface. But when they come in there and they really dig it, and they really dig you bad. Let me see if I can get this popped up out of here. That trap will actually be setting up here just like that. Okay, it'll be slid out and sitting there just like that. And that's when you know you got a bad digging problem. When that trap's pulled out of the bed, laying up there just like that, you got a bad digger. And again, the way to combat that is to get that trap buried down in there. Make that animal step down into it. If you're one of these guys that is still making everything flat dead level at your dirt holes, guys, you're going to have a lot of problems because number one, you're not guiding that coyote or that red fox or that bobcat like you should. So you're going to have a lot of tracks on the pattern and not on the pan. Number two, you're going to end up with some of this. Just because you're not able to get that trap bedded solid enough. And this is just my opinion. I'm not saying that, you know, this is nothing chiseled in stone here. I'm not saying my way is the only way. I'm just saying that this is some of the things that I've noticed. So get that trap down in that bowl, down in that bed, get it way down in there deep, and get it to where he can't dig it out. Make his first step his last step. That's the biggest key right there. His first step is his last step, and then you got him. All right, guys, and here we have, it's the same deal at a flat set, okay? You've got to get that trap bedded in there solid. You've got to get him, and it doesn't hurt anything to create that low spot. I hope it's going to show up in the camera. It does not hurt a thing to create that low spot over a flat set, just like you do a dirt hole, just not to the extreme, okay? Give him a place to step. Hang on just a minute. We got a teachable moment, possibly. Oh, there's some, sorry guys, there's some raccoon droppings right there, and Timber was sniffing it, and I thought she was going to mark it, and I thought, boy, this would be a good teachable moment right here, so I apologize for that. She didn't do it. So anyway, back to where we were. It doesn't hurt a thing to create that low spot over that for that flat set, the same as you do a dirt hole. Just don't go to the extremes, okay? That will help eliminate the dig outs, okay? That will help stop that. All right, now let's look at what a miss looks like. A lot of times, this is what a miss looks like. Trap still laying in the bed, partially covered, fired, and just laying there. That's a miss, okay? That's not a dig out, that's a miss. It's not a pull out. That's just a flat, you missed him. Now, a lot of times that trap may still be set, and there'll be tracks there. You'll see tracks coming up there, and that's not the fact that you missed him, that's the fact that he missed you. And when you see those tracks on your pattern, and the trap's not fired, or there's no paw on the pan, okay, the animal's not there, then you know you need to do the tighten up on your guiding, okay? And yeah, I refer to an old rock and roll song every now and then. I'm an old bull rider, so that's kind of pumps through my veins a little bit every now and then. So yeah, you've got to do the tighten up on them and move some things around in your guiding when you see tracks on the pattern, but and the trap is still set. You haven't missed him, he's missed you. But when you find that trap like that, then you know that you missed him. Now, did he come in there and just step a little bit wrong and you missed him? Did he come in and roll on the set like they do sometimes? Did you not have that trap positioned the right way to catch him if he rolls on it? You know, as we've stated before, you always want that animal coming between the jaws, not over the jaws. You know, at a flat set, you want it set just like this, the dog towards the attractor, and at a dirt hole, you want it like this, so that he's coming between the jaws, not over the jaws. You'll hear this a lot of times. You got to turn it so the dog is to your dirt hole. Why? Why do you have to do that? Well, the biggest reason that everybody says, because that dog on the trap, this here being the dog, will fire and throw a foot. Bullshit. I'm telling you, this, when a trap is set, is a dead spot. That animal can stand there all day long and that trap will never fire. The pan has to go down before the trap can fire. And if he's standing here, he's not here, that trap's not going to fire. So, at a flat set, the dog goes towards the attractor. At a dirt hole, it goes like this. Then you create the walkthrough or the straight in, whichever kind of set you're using. Now at a pull out, you'll have a lot of times you'll have a little bit of a burn circle. Trap will be laying outside of the bed and fired and laying there just like that. That's when you know you've had a pull out. A lot of times it'll be laying here like this. Okay, animal pulled out, don't know why. Things happen. something got in the way between the jaws, you didn't get quite a deep enough catch, maybe you didn't have enough pan tension that you should have had. You know, I'm a big advocate of 3 to 3.5 pounds, even up to 4 pounds of pan tension on predator traps. So, you know, anything can happen, guys. I'm not saying that you're ever going to eliminate this completely, any of these scenarios from ever happening in your life, but we can narrow it down to where it doesn't happen quite as often. All right, gang, I hope that video right there helped somebody along their way. I really, truly do. And if you ever, you know, if you have any questions, just leave them in the comments down below. And leave me a line about what you think or what you want to see. You know, I'm almost open to showing just about anything and everything. Granted, there's some things that I can't show. As I've stated in videos before, there's some things that I have to hold back for myself just because of my competition. So if there's something you want to see in a video, by all means, leave it in the comments below and I'll try to get to it as quick as I can. Guys, I sure appreciate everything you've done for this channel. I appreciate you tuning in. And if you haven't already, if you would please, hit that thumbs up, hit that notification bell, hit that subscribe button for me. It means so much to me. And not only my channel, but all the outdoor channels. It lets YouTube know that you appreciate this kind of content. Once again, guys, I'll be in Jefferson, Wisconsin at the Fur Takers Convention this week. This next coming week. We'll be up there all weekend. So, you know, look for some footage from the convention if you don't happen to be there. And if you happen to be there, stop in and say, hey, I'd love to meet all of you if I can. Once again, this is Dale Billingsley with another one. Signing out.